Do that, do that, do that, do that, do that, do that. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. The very many, probably none of you who are actually here to watch this live stream. I am pretty excited. I've been working with Laravel Livewire just off and on, just playing around with it the last week or so. And I really like it. I like it a lot. It is definitely at the moment my go-to thing to use. And the reason for that is simple. I can just start up a Laravel site, especially Jetstream. If you don't want to mess with any of the authentication and you're just trying to, maybe you're trying to prototype something, maybe you're just trying to get something up and running really quick. Bam, Jetstream, good to go. Attach yourself a database, log in. Now you can work on the logged in stuff and the front end stuff. I like it. I like it. And so tonight I'm just going to continue with this very basic website. Last time we were playing with the video stuff, I think, loading and unloading videos. This week we're gonna briefly work on the pagination. We might work a little bit on making some components. One of the things I'm really interested in right at the moment is the hero icons. Laravel has kind of gone towards this direction where they're really giving you everything. It used to be, and you can still do this to an extent, but it used to be you get Laravel, then you grab Vue and you tack that on there, and then you'd go get Font Awesome and you'd tack that on there, and then you get Bootstrap, and well, Bootstrap was kind of in there already, so that was there. Now the stack is so different. You've now got Tailwind for all your CSS. You don't really get any of the icon sets or anything by default, although they kind of lead you towards the hero icons, which are cool. They're nice icons. So yeah, I'm just going to maybe start making some wrappers around those icons so I can call them easier and color them and size them and that kind of stuff. So that's and all that's gonna be kind of preparation for seeing how hard or easy would it be for me to make my own theme, not just a theme, but like a full branding for a website. Yeah, and I'm kind of inspired by, there's a project that I came across this last week when I was looking around, and it's called Wire UI. And it's super cool. Here we go, Wire UI. I was looking for it because, you know, when you're using the hero icons and you're using inertia, you just do a nice little npm install hero icons and boom, you've got all the wrappers and all that kind of stuff. But I'm kind of trying to stay out of just installing all kinds of random node packages because, I don't know, it seems bad to just keep pulling crap in all the time. So yeah, so here's Wire UI. You can install it super easy. You just do a composer require. Granted, that's no different than just doing an npm install. So this is no better. It's just PHP. I mean, it's a PHP package instead of a node package. So I'm not doing this, but I was inspired by this. It's a quick composer install. If you go to their GitHub and you actually start to look around this project and you go into their resources, let's look at their icons for instance. Views, icons, solid. And we'll look at the arrow circle down. All this is the SVG with an attributes prop, and that's it. That's all that this is. But by doing it that way, you can then just include the icon with whatever you're working with. Great. It's super simple, straightforward. If you were to go to the hero icons, and you were doing their, you know, like get started easy thing, you would copy the SVG. It's exactly the same. So they've just wrapped it with a component to make it easier to use throughout their project. And I think that's great. I think that's awesome. And if I look at the Wire UI, their docs, you can just look, so many of the things that he has made is just, it's just beautiful. I mean, let's look at some of this stuff. Inputs, just normal Tailwind. It's just Tailwind, but it's so pretty. Name, example with the corner hint. I actually really dig that. I think that's a good way to give a hint. these ones with icons in it. And you know, this should be easy. We just say whether or not we want an icon and what we want that icon to be. Make some slots. You're good to go. His have label, hint, corner hint, and none of these are required. There's no default. It's just a string or a slot. Wow, so simple, right? We could do this, right? We could do this. I mean, if I'm really just using this as a learning experience. If I really wanted to get something up and going real quick, I would just do the composer install, grab this, and just run with it because it's really nice. It's really nice. Let's look at some of the other things he's got. Text area, maskable inputs, phone inputs, currency inputs. I mean, just some great stuff. Whoever this developer is, let's see. PH7 Jack. Good work. Good work here. That's really nice. Even got a Twitter. Cool. Thanks, Jack. So tonight we're going to continue our Livewire journey. Going to continue enjoying the ease of use, and yeah, we'll see where we get to. A friend was in a car accident. I think he's okay though, because he's messaging me on Discord. All right, so first thing we need to do, our environment is not up. So we need to get that happening. So let's go ahead and go to our code editor. We're in our code section, and that's how we know that it's not work time anymore. It's fun time. So we go ahead and Docker compose up, and we'll put it in the background because I don't need to see that right now. And we're going to go ahead and get into our PHP FPM container. We're going to navigate our way in here, and then we're going to do a, you know what? We're going to pull, even though I'm the only person working on this. There shouldn't be anything there. Cool. What else should we do? Let's do a composer update. Just because we can, and it's so nice to be up to date. While we're doing that, let's go ahead and get another container going. And in this container, I'm going to be wild, and I'm going to update my yarn packages. Yeah, that is good. That is good. Oh, and composer's already done. Beautiful. Beautiful. Query String API is considered legacy. New code should use the URL search params API instead. Get on it, Laravel. Get on it. All right, we're doing this update, and that's good because yeah, Node packages often have critical vulnerabilities. Tonight we have a nice orange and cinnamon tea with honey. Just didn't need any more coffee. I have been amped up on coffee today, and now it's time for some tea. Tasty. All right, so we got our yarn up to date. We've got our PHP up to date. Let's go ahead. We'll close one of these tabs, and we're just gonna run yarn watch poll and get our yarn going in the background. We might need this a little bit tonight because I'm planning on doing a little bit of work with Alpine.js. So just so that we have all this stuff up, we've got Laravel Livewire, and that's going to be our documentation for Livewire. Now, the guy who wrote Livewire is also the same person who writes Alpine.js. And Alpine.js is what he kind of uses to make Livewire work, which is super cool. And it's very minimal. It's just one file. And if we go to the docs, look at this. This is it. That's it. Right there on the side. Man. Should I make this bigger? Do I need to make it bigger and easier to read? This is it. This is all the docs. Ooh, I like that there's no scroll bar until it gets a certain size. That is nice. They've got a Discord too. I'll subscribe to that later. But you can see here, this is super easy to use. You just put X data onto your whatever, give it a value, and then X on click, or you can do at click to count plus plus, so to do something to that value. Awesome. This is going to be great for things like for like drop down menus and that kind of thing. This thing right here, if you remember from last week, which you may not, we were using a Livewire component to do that, and to toggle that on and off, we were using the built-in Livewire stuff. So let's see, is this our project? Yes, it is. We were using, let me just go ahead and Control Z this. Oh, nope. I must have closed out. Let's go ahead and undo all this so that you can see how easy this is. All right, so previously we have a Livewire component and we have this wire click drop-down toggle. And what that drop-down toggle function does is it just changes drop-down toggled from whatever its value is to another value, in this case toggling it from true to false, false to true. That's great. It works perfectly, but this means that for that drop-down menu to be toggled, my code has to do a round trip to the server in order to do that. And that's just a waste. We don't need to do that. It's not storing any values anywhere. It doesn't need to retrieve anything from the server. This is just a waste. All right. It's a waste. So we're going to go ahead and do this in JavaScript instead. And because we are using a Livewire install of on top of Laravel, it's included for us for free. All of that stuff is there because in our app.js file, we've already included Alpine and called Alpine start. So we got that for free. It's right here. The script for the mix file is in our blade layout. We're good to go. We can use it. We can use it right here. So we're going to look at the documentation, and we just do x data equals. So let's do that. We'll say x data equals, and we're going to say toggled equals false. And we'll delete this other stuff. That's it. Toggled equals false. All right, so toggled equals false. Now, when we click on the button, oh wait, that's in the wrong place. I want this to be out here. Let's put it here, right? No, not there, because I need it to be outside of everything. We're gonna put that there. And whenever we click the button, we want it to do something. Well, we'll remove this blade thing. We don't need it anymore. Right. We're not doing our if statement in PHP anymore. We're gonna do it in JavaScript. So xData toggled equals false. That's the default value. When we click this button, we want it to change to true because we are going to set xShow to equal toggled. Okay. Actually, I think this is the wrong syntax. I think it's toggled. I think it's key value. And then when we click the button, so at click equals toggled equals true. So we're just changing the value of toggle to true whenever we click the button. Let's see if that has worked. That's the wrong one. It's this one, I think. Sermons. Yes, this is the right one. So now we've still got the same functionality. Oh, no, that's not toggling off for some reason. I might have my syntax wrong. Let's have a look. X on, and it does the thing. Oh, you know what it is? I said equals true. We want it to equal the opposite of what it is. Yeah. All right. Let's see that again. And boom. We've got a perfectly working drop down. We've added our little bit of JavaScript just to make that work. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So now we got a functional drop down that no longer has to make a round trip to the server. I think that's a great change. Another change I want to make is currently I'm grabbing 20 videos. And while that looks really nice, it is a little intensive. So we're going to trim that down to 4 just to lighten the load. And so we're going to go to our service, and we're just doing this now just while I'm thinking of it. Per page, I'm going to change this to 4. For our get search result, do we want to keep it at 20? Yeah, let's leave it at 20 for that. But as far as the normal search, it's going to be paginated by 4. Let's see how that looks. Yep, great. Great. And if we search for something like Matthew, if there's more than 4, it'll get up to 20 search results. I think that is pretty good. Should we limit it to 10? Let's limit to 8 so that there's 2 rows. 16. Let's do 16. All right. Now you can see the problem that we have here now. We're getting these videos. There's only 4 now. Our search only returns a maximum of 16. We need pagination. We need it. Otherwise, if there's more videos than this, tough luck. Too bad, so sad. So let's shove this over here. I'm kind of getting in the habit of keeping my my blade on one side and my my components on the other. Don't ask me why. I'm just weird like that. But that's what I'm doing at the moment. So what were we wanting to do? We want to start getting pagination happening. Okay. So let's open up our show sermons blade file. In this blade file, we have the search. We have the videos being displayed, which this could be its own component, but we'll worry about that later. Next, I need pagination. And I think I want the pagination to be its own plug Livewire component as well. So let's go ahead and open up another PHP FPM container. And we're going to go into our Livewire project. PHP artisan Livewire make. What should we call this? Pagination. Does it need to be anything more than that? No, that's good. Pagination. All right, it's created our 2 files. And we can call Livewire pagination. All right. And we'll go ahead and open that up. We'll open the blade on one side. Blade file on this one. And I think we're just going to go real simple at first. We'll go ahead and we're going to create a couple of buttons. 1, 2. And we're going to have that way. How can we? That way. And we'll have that way. Let's see if we see that. Yep. Cool. And this is Tailwind, so it didn't give us any styling whatsoever. So let's at least know that they're a button. So let's give them padding 4. All around them. Let's give them a background color of blue 800. If that worked. All right, and we'll make them text white. If we like that. Yep, that looks fine. And font. Let's see, is it I think it's font weight bold. No. Text weight bold. No. Text bold. I can never remember the Tailwind font weight. Tailwind CSS font weight. Them and Bootstrap kind of do things different from each other, and I can never remember which one's which. Font weight and then whatever it is. All right. Font weight bold. I'm pretty sure. Oops. Just no effect. Let's try a numerical value. Oh, is it medium? I think it might be medium. Oh. 800. Maybe those just don't have any font weights on them. Oh, maybe it doesn't think they're text. Yeah, font dash bold. There's no weight. See? Font bold. Tried text bold. Why didn't I try font bold? There we go. It's slightly more bold. That was not worth the time investment. Font bold. Cool. We'll change these into actual icons later. I don't like padding 4. It's very big. Let's say padding 2. Cool. We've got 2 little buttons now. Page forward, page backward. That's what those are going to be. That's all we need them to be. So we need page. Let's see. We need to know the current. Let's just say public function page forward. And we'll take page, public page, and it's going to start at 1. And we'll say this page equal plus plus. That's probably a thing, right? Oh, no, maybe not. Unexpected arrow operator. Is it $ this? There we go. I always get that confused because it's the opposite of view. Okay, so we have a little function. Whenever you click it, it goes page forward. And we're going to use wire click because we're doing this on the server. Page forward. And let's go ahead and just put the page here on the screen so we can see that. All right, so at the number 1, we press forward and it increments. Awesome. That's exactly what we wanted. Then public, we need to do the opposite. Public function page backward. Previous. This page minus. Is that how you do it? Let's see. Forward. Nope, minus is not right. Plus minus? I don't know how to do this one. I'll just do it the easy way. Equals this page minus 1. That's still perfectly valid. It just doesn't look as pretty. We can do that, right? We can make things not as pretty, but just work. Up, 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 up. Up, 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 up. That doesn't work. Up, 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 up. Page minus 1. Oh, we don't have a wire click on that one. We are developers is so dumb. My 1-year-old has been watching Cars a lot, and I like Mater. He's funny. Page previous. Tractors is so dumb. No comments about how that sounds right coming out of my mouth because of my accent. All right, so we got a page forward and backward. Cool. Now, there's a few things that we need to get. We need to know what is the current page of the paginated results. We need to know what is the maximum, what is the minimum. We'll do the easiest one first. We'll say if this page see what I want to do is I want to set the state of this button to be disabled. Oh man, this is what happens when I don't have coffee. I run out of steam real quick. Basically, if it's at 1, I don't want to go back because there's not going to be a page 0. If page is less than or equal to 1, which it should never get to less than. Okay, if it's not less than or equal to 1, we'll do this. Else, nothing. We'll do a we'll dump cannot go further back. Let's just see if that works. Boop. Yep, cannot go further back. Awesome. But in this case, we don't actually want to do anything if it's not going further back. All right. And that will be good for right this second. What we need to do now is we need to know the current page, which is page, so that's fine. All right. I think Tailwind has a disabled state. Disabled. But you can still click it. It has a disabled look, but you can actually still click it just fine. Let's see if Tailwind has something like Bootstrap. In Bootstrap, you can just you can do this. You can just do disabled like that, or maybe that's an HTML thing. Let's see if that disables our button. No, it doesn't seem to. That should be on the previous button. Nope, it does absolutely nothing. Oh, wait. No, it doesn't do anything. Actually, yes, it does. I think it's not letting that button work, even though there's not a visual associated with it. Nope, we just broke our thing. We just broke it, that's all. if this page is not less than or equal to 1. Maybe this is a bad way to say this. Well, first off, let's do something. Let's pass the page. No, let's not do that. Come on, Daniel. If this page is greater than, oh, I had my arrow the wrong way around. If it's greater than 1. Yeah, greater than 1. Then we allow that. Yep, cool. All right, that's working just fine. Let's see if disabled actually does anything. It does. Okay. There's no visual representation, but it does work. So we'll say disabled equals disabled. And we'll make a property in here. Actually, we don't need a round trip for this, do we? Let's just do it here for now. Keep it simple. Disabled equals. It starts out as true. All right. But when we page forward, we're going to set that to false. This disabled. That should have a D. Equals false. And we'll just make sure that that works. We're also going to set disabled CSS is equal to disabled. I think that's what it's called. We're going to set it to null at first, and when we do this, we're also going to set disabled CSS to equal disabled, so that we have a visual. Whoop! Unexpected. Where's it unexpected? Show Sermon's Blade. Oh, did I not close that? I thought I did. Huh. Actually, no, this starts out as disabled. But when we go forward and it becomes false, we remove that visual. Okay. That doesn't look disabled to me. Do they not have a visual for that? Is it not just disabled? Oh, that's what they do. Right. Okay. Oh, okay. So I don't have to do that that goofy thing that I was doing here. Okay. That's cool. I like that. I don't need to do that because they got me covered. I just set that, and if it is disabled, that takes place. Let's see if that's the case. Disballed. If it's disballed, disballed. This is getting balled. Disballed. Disabled. Oh man, can't spell. Nope, that doesn't seem to do anything at all. And I was really hopeful for that. Disabled. Why isn't that changing that to false? Hmm. See, that's still disabled. Let's see if setting this to false does anything. Oops. No, it doesn't like that. What if instead we just say, disabled prop equals disabled, and we need to close that. This disabled prop equals nothing. And then right here, go ahead and put that disabled prop. See if that works. Oh man, I'm leaving these semicolons out left, right, and center. It's because I've been using JavaScript all day with a very silly interpreter or linter that makes me take them all off. Okay, that's not disabled at all. That's not doing anything. Let's see if we set it normally. If disabled. If we actually see a visual. No, not seeing any visual. Granted, it doesn't work, so it's doing something. But this disabled opacity 50 is not doing squat. Here we go. By default, disabled variant is not enabled for any core plugins. You can control whether disabled variants enabled for a plugin in the variants section. Let's go ahead and add that. That's the good and bad thing about Tailwind. You have to you do whatever it wants, or it lets you do whatever you want. No, we have that. It's funny that these kind of things are the things that take up your time, and silly things like this. Okay, close that. Opacity 50 is not working. What if we say disabled BG blue 100? Uh-oh. Unable to complete requests. Could not resolve API. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think we may have hit the Vimeo API request limit. Well, shoot. That is no bueno. Tailwind isn't responding either. Did my internet drop out? Let's go to just Vimeo. Oh. I see that I'm dropping frames on OBS, so maybe I'm losing my internet connection. Whoa. Okay. I think we lost internet connection there for a second. All right. That doesn't seem to change anything. I am not digging this. I'm not digging it. Why isn't this working? Someone tell me why it's not working. Why is it not working? All right. Our stream is back up, I believe. I think we're all good there. I cannot figure out why this disabled is not showing up. That little button should be grayer. I mean, this is right? It's just to make sure that we're getting something at all. Okay, yeah. That seems to be working. Granted, 200 is a little bit too light. Yeah. Alright. Let's get a good disabled color. Come on. Is that completely removing my button? No. Is BG Blue 800 my only value option? Is that the only one that works? I think it is. I think that's why. Tailwind. I thought that by choosing these theme colors the way that I did, that I could specify any number. But maybe that's not the case. Let's try BG Blue 400. Nope, it does not like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll start doing some Tailwind magic. This is not what I intended to do, but that's okay. So does that mean... That probably means I can just call blue. I don't actually need to say 800. It's always going to be... No, it really wants that 800. Why? Why? But it does. It wants 800 or else it won't show up. All right, let's take a look at the Tailwind documentation. Tailwind, color. Let's just look for color. Customizing colors. Yep. So I'm using blue-gray as my color. If we look at our Tailwind, we're using blue-gray. Ah, you can say transparent. Right, okay. So that's why the thing wasn't working before. We need to call transparent here. Transparent. Transparent. Okay, so now, let's just try to get this working. BG blue transparent. Is that how you call it? I didn't think we'd be learning Tailwind tonight, but I guess we will. Oh, and what's going on here? How to use transparent. Come on, tell me how to use transparent. Color transparent. Boy, my internet seems to be acting up tonight. To transparent. I don't want to fade to transparent. BG transparent. That's not what I want either, though. All right. BG opacity 50. Maybe that's what I want. Man, this is Struggleville to get this to do what I want. I think what we'll do here is we'll say disabled BG blue, and we'll say 400, because if that is actually working, disabled, why can't I spell that? It should not, yeah, it shouldn't be appearing there at all. It should not. This is not working. Let's restart Webpack and see if that makes any difference. Nope. Are any of these happening? If I say hover, does that work? No, it doesn't. Okay. Okay. I think I know what's going on here. In our website.blade, are we not? I think we might be commenting out Tailwind somewhere. Let's look at our app.blade. We got our mix, we got our Google, got our config. We should be using that. Oops. No, we shouldn't. With device, string in place. Okay, I don't see anything in here that we're missing. No, I don't see anything we're missing. But hover should be working. Hover ought to do something. Unless disabled is stopping it from doing anything. Hover, BG, gray? I have gray listed in my colors. Yeah. Boy, I just cannot catch a break with this right now. These hovers are working. Am I not doing this right? Where's my footer? It should be in my website. Footer. Hover. Yeah. Blue 400. So we'll say hover. BG blue 400. We'll take off the disabled. Boy, the load times have gotten ridiculous. Yeah, see, there's nothing happening on hover. It's happening here. Oh man, this is driving me nuts. So let's try. I don't know. Maybe it's this. I don't think so. Seriously, what is going on? Let's look at our nav. Our nav, we've got. How are we doing the hover for the drop down? Hover BG blue 500. Right there. I know that I'm kind of hung up on this right now, but it's really bothering me that this is not working. 500 works? Are you kidding me? 400 doesn't work, but 500 does? Wow. Wow. I'm gonna have to look into that later. But let's keep going for now. Disabled. So if it's disabled, we should have that light gray. Ah, man, of course it can't be that easy. Disabled. Disabled. Come on, that should work. Okay. Let's try this. We'll make this a variable. EG color. And EG color. Color is going to be EG blue. It's going to start out at 500. Whenever we do this, it becomes BG blue 800. BG color. Oh my goodness, I'm losing my mind. Do I not need to wrap it in that? I think I do need to wrap it in that. Now it doesn't have a background color at all. Why isn't it accepting my first value? Because it wants to make me crazy. We already determined that copy. We're gonna copy that. We're gonna paste it. Refresh. 500 isn't working in this context? What? What is going on, guys? I don't get it. Why does hover blue 500 work, but just background blue? I mean, seriously, look at this. Hover. BG blue 500. Now, boom, that light gray color. I don't get it. I honestly think I'm losing my mind. Let's try gray. But it's just gray. No, we need a 800. No? Okay, gray 500 works. Okay. It's not really gray. And then we say PG color. So it starts out gray and goes to blue. Cool. But it doesn't work because it's disabled. Equals disabled. Can we use that here? No, can't do that. Can we say false? Nope. That is saying true. We're going to say it defaults to disabled. And otherwise, make it nothing. Okay. Now it sort of works. We need to do the reverse. Copy. If this page is equal to 1, then we do 100 gray and disabled. We're just testing to see if that works. Yeah. Why is that going all the way back to 1? It's like it's not holding that value. We increment it up. Plus minus. Minus plus. Oh. Okay, we're not actually setting that. We're just, yeah, this page is equal to this page is equal to. Nope, we were fine before. I swear, I am losing my mind here. Okay, that works. It does not like this though. What's this say that's so wrong? This page is equal to equal. Okay. Just needed to make that more equal. Cool. All right. All right. We spent a lot of time doing that I didn't think we would spend. This isn't very elegant, but you know what? It works and it's very simple. So let's now set a last page. Last page equals. We're not going to set it. What we're going to do is when the page loads, we're going to get that. So when we show sermons, I'm pretty sure we're getting we get the initial videos, we get the page, and these videos become get videos. When we do that, let's do something else as well. Let's find out what the last page is, and yeah. So let's do get videos, because I can't remember where it tells me where the last page is somewhere, but I can't remember where. It's under body. It's under data. Paging. All right. Yep. So this is our very last page. Does it give me just the int anywhere? No, it does not. So, we're just gonna grab the very last one, the very last thing. So it's under body, paging, last. Body, paging, last. Cool. And let's see, how do we do this? We want to get the very last thing. Get last thing, last letter on a string. You can do this in PHP. Substring -1. All right. So if we do sub str -1. Is that it? Comma -1. Yep. So that should give us 6. All right, we're not done though, because we want to convert that string to an int. Convert string to int PHP. Int and then the string? Really? Seems like it should be different than that, but anyway, how can we even do that? We'll say last video equals, and then we'll do this stuff. we just do int like that. PD last video. Oh, we need to close that. And we go back to the sermon page. It's the number 6. Huh. Cool. All right, so now we need to send this last video. Actually, we don't need to send it anywhere. So we're getting this in the show sermons. What we're going to do is we're going to add a prop to pagination. I think we can just do it like this. Public. Wait, this is the wrong one. Let's see. Pagination. Yep, last page. I think we can just pass it like this. Like last page equals last last page. Did we call it last page? Last video. Let's define that up here. Public last video. And we'll say this last video. I don't want it to be a last video. I want it to be last page. And we'll just see if we get the last page in here. Say last page. Yeah, we're getting it. Getting it. All right, so we know what the last page is in our pagination. So we'll go forward assuming if this page is less than this last page, we do all this stuff. If it's not less than the last page, if this page is not less than last page, then this. Okay, we need to change this. What is it? Reeve disabled and public forward disabled. Reeve, and this one is Reeve. All right, so in this case, this forward disabled becomes true. And oh man, need to change the background color for the other thing too. So we have previous background color and previous background color, previous background color, it actually becomes disabled. Reeve disabled and Reeve background, and this becomes forward BG color and forward disabled. Forward disabled. This. Forward. PG. Forward. PG. Do I not have that one? No. Copy. $800. And make this forward. PG color equals PG gray 500. And it's a string. And this should actually be blue 800. Okay, we've done a little bit of goofing around, so let's see if that actually works. We've got a missing ending here somewhere. Right there. Boop, 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 boop. When we get to 6, it should have turned gray, but it didn't. If it's less than last page, we do this stuff. If it's equal to, okay. If it's less than last page minus 1. So when this gets to 6. No. What is wrong with me? Ah, yeah, that's right. Okay. Else if this page is equal to this last page minus 1. If we're on the next to last one and we click it again, then we are going to increment we're going to disable, and we're going to change the background color. Else we don't do anything. So when we get to 5, 6, if this page is equal to this last page minus 1, let's do that first. Then we disable as the last thing. I think, did that do what I wanted it? 1, 2. So when it gets to 5, oh, we're skipping 5. Why are we skip? I don't want to skip 5. My logic is bad. Oh, it's because it's doing this. If it's less than last page and not equal to this last page minus 1, Actually, we don't need to do that. We don't need to do that. That's dumb. That's a dumb thing to do. We just don't need to increment because it's already going to happen from the other if statement. Nope, that's not what we want. We're not. That's not what we're saying to do. It's like it doesn't actually believe me. Okay, let's think about this just a little bit. If the page number is less than the last page, then we want to allow it to increment. We don't want it to be disabled, or we want to undisable the previous disabled. And we set the previous background color to blue. Else, if this page no, so let's say that, so if this page is equal to this last page minus 1, then we set this forward BG color to BG gray 500. All right, that's all. No big deal. Set it to gray. 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope, that's too early. And what was that? Why did it skip all the way to 5? And this last page updated. On page load. I don't understand this. PD next to last page. It should be the number 5. Yeah. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. I'm dumb. I'm dumb. Yep, I'm dumb. That's what it is. Thank you for that clue, Jabao. If this is equal to the last page, that's when we do this. So, thank you for my epiphany. I just wasn't thinking this through. So if this condition is true, it's going to increment the page, right? So what's happening is I'm getting to 5 and it's incrementing and it's getting to 6. When it gets to 5, it increments and it does this if statement next because the page number is now equal to what I was setting it to before. And so then it was setting that value right before I expected it to. So now does it. Oh my goodness. Thank you. I don't know why that was getting me. So then we disable forward. Disabled as well, so that we can't try to go forward anymore. So if this, yep. Up, 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 up. And there we go. You can no longer click it. And I would also like to put, Tailwind has some really nice, the ability to change this pointer. So we're going to change the pointer as well. Is that what they call it though? I don't think this is right. Cursor? Yeah, cursor. So we can have a little text one. We can have nothing, or just a default. We have the click. We can have a wait. We can have a text. We can have move and not allowed. That's the one that I want. I want to put cursor not allowed when we can no longer paginate forward. No real reason. I just think that would be a little bit of fun. Let's copy that. And we'll say forward cursor. It's extra work, but I think it's a bit of fun. Leave cursor. And we'll just say this forward. Oh, we haven't actually defined that yet. So let's do that. Public forward cursor equals And since we're using the default, we'll just set it to nothing by default. Public previous cursor will equal this value that we just copied from that website. So we should be able to at least see that. So, whoop, we didn't close something. I got halfway through typing that. Cursor equals cursor not allowed. And we need to close it. Oh, that one didn't work. Prev cursor. Prev cursor. Cursor not allowed. Do we need to use hover? Why is that highlighting like that? Ah, it's not in the right place. There. Needs to be over here. There we go. Nope. Still no bueno. Let's hard set it and see if we get what we think. Cursor not allowed. Maybe I need to specify cursor stuff in the tailwind. It provides 6 of them by default. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So I don't think it, I think not allowed maybe is not by default. Okay. I want all of them, man. Hmm. Let's see if some of these other ones work, like crosshair. Oh wait, did I not save this? No, that's not working. Oh wait, I look like I'm missing a closing. Yep, I'm missing a closing wrapper. That was never gonna work. Still doesn't work. Nope. It doesn't like that, so let's remove it. Ah, I have a compile error. Go. That's not recompiling because there was a compile error because of my mistake. All right, let's try that again. Oh, no luck. Let's try some of the more default ones. Like, let's try cursor auto. No. Cursor default. No. Cursor. No, that's already being a pointer. Okay. Cursor default. Let's see if that changes. Cursor default. Maybe what we're trying to do is just not one of the default 6. And we're going to have to. Yeah, that's what it is. It's not one of the default ones. Strange they don't put a little warning about that there, though. I really feel like that should be there. Or maybe it's because it's a button. It won't let me override that. Let's make this a span. It didn't change the other one. No, that didn't make a difference. Oh well, I need to stop messing with that. That's so not important. I just I'm a little annoyed that that doesn't work. I'm sure I'm doing something wrong, but I don't know what it is, so I'm just gonna give up on that. It's not important. But I mean, that little knot looks so cool. Looks so cool. I wish you worked. Okay. Let's just remove the cursor stuff. Well, forward BG color. What did that error say? What was it complaining about now? Previous BG color? Oh, I didn't mean to delete that. There we go. Alright, so there it turns gray. When we hit previous, we need it to Alright, so that gets disabled, but when we press back, it becomes enabled again. Oh, we gotta also turn off disabled. I keep forgetting my semicolon. This is not Quasar. And then we can go back, and then we can go forward, and then we can go back. Okay, we have simple pagination right there. Or we basically got a clicker that changes its color and states depending on whether it's at the last page or the first page. So that, and you know, that basically is pagination. I mean, for real. All right, so once we do that, we need to each time we go forward and backward, we really need to emit that value, and we're going to emit it into where are we going to emit it? We need to get the videos at that point. So when we go forward, should we hand this off to the search at that point? Let's look at our search. Our search is using get query, get page, yep, get search result. That's the one that we need to use. This might be a strange place to do this, but let's see if it works. Listeners. Is it public or is it private listeners? I think it's private listeners. Protected. Protected listeners. And when we get page, we're going to call update page. And this function, public update function update page. Actually, this doesn't need to be a public one. It can be a private one because we're not using it anywhere outside of this. We're gonna call get. We're gonna call app. We're gonna call Vimeo service class get search. We call page and this query. That way, if we've got paginated results, we'll get the, or I mean queried results, we'll get that. This init videos get videos. All right, let's see if that works. Page 2. Nope. We don't need to do this here. Yeah, we do. I want the query. That's why I'm doing it here. But am I omitting it in my pagination to here? No, I'm not omitting it. That's the issue. This init page. This page. And we'll do that the same thing if we're using this one. This init page. This page. And you know, it's funny. I'm glad this happened just because I know I did something. I'm glad there's an error because it means I did do something. It's not a very clear error though. I wonder if we just have a name collision. I think it. Wait. What? Component method not found. Update page. Oh, it's because it's not public. Right. I should have read that a little better. See what happens when you don't read the error message? You spend time wasting trying to fix something that isn't a thing. There we go. error exception. Oh, I think we tried to get a page that doesn't exist. Where's our pagination? Where'd it go? There it is. Yeah, so we want to do this whenever we can increment. I like there's no linter yelling at me for empty spaces. It really bugs me when I'm coding in Quasar that the linter yells at me for non-problems. Why did we get 20 results there? Because our search is... Okay. That's something we gotta change in our service file. Now, I believe that there's more than 4 Matthew things. No. I need that pagination to be updated by this as well. So that's a whole nother thing. All right, but we actually have basic pagination working. We just have a few edge cases when using the search in conjunction with it. So that's pretty good. We're getting close to having completed the feature parity with the inertia project. The inertia project, I had completed this in an afternoon with all the edge cases sorted out. I think in some ways it was a little bit easier for me with that, but the reason for that was that I'm realizing now is in my inertia project, this entire page was one single component. And so everything was just kind of talking right there at each other. There wasn't separate components for the search, separate components for the videos, separate components for the pagination. It was just all in one component. Because generally in Vue, that's the way I work. I get the functionality completed, and then I start looking to where can I break this down into smaller components that can go off into their own files. But for whatever reason, with Livewire, I did the opposite way. I think it's just the way you make components that makes you maybe not think in quite the same way. But I don't know. I created the different components for the different things automatically. But anyway, I think I'm not going to handle the edge cases right now. I'm pretty tired. I'm starting to get a little bleary-eyed with what I'm working with, so I think I'll probably call it there as far as continuing. But I hope you're finding this useful or enjoyable. I'm definitely finding it enjoyable working with Livewire. It's a little different than working with Vue, but I wouldn't say it's more difficult. I just say it's different. And I think once I get used to those differences, I'll be just as comfortable here as I am in Vue, which is a nice feeling. Thanks for the claps. Probably on my own time, maybe over the weekend, I'll finish up these little edge cases and move on to the next thing. But that was pretty fun. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that a lot. Is anybody up to anything fun tonight you want to share on the stream? Since we're just winding down here, I think I'll finish my tea and call it a night. I think everybody's left. We've got 0 concurrent viewers, so have a good one. Take it easy. Goodbye. Oh, on dad duty. Okay. Cool. It was telling me there was no concurrent viewers. So that's why oh, now it's back up to 2. That's weird. All night it's been dropping between 0 and 2. Just kind of strange. Anyway, I will call it a night. Have a good one. Enjoy dad duty.